Now, currently, he and a social media team, they are busy trying to mock President Trump on X by posting messages in all caps. He's trying to pretend to be Donald Trump. Gavin is also attacking Fox News hosts. He's trying to bait conservatives into social media fights. He's actually referred to our own Tommy Lahren account as Yelp for toilets. Gee, very clever and funny.
That is pretty clever and funny. So that is MAGA Fox News host Sean Hannity, who's probably Trump's top advisor on the Fox Propaganda Network, and someone who actually, you may or may not remember, actually developed a surprising, unlikely friendship with Governor Gavin Newsom. Hannity is now triggered. He's triggered and he's furious that Newsom is imitating Hannity's cult leader, Donald Trump, and dedicated much of his show last night on Fox News to complaining about it. And we'll show you the governor's response, but it's pretty funny. Before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, we got some other clips of Hannity here, again, having a meltdown on air about Newsom giving MAGA and Trump and Fox a taste of their own medicine. Before I play you those clips, get you Governor Newsom's press office response. All caps. Wow, Fox News just can't stop talking about me. Gavin C. Newsom, America's favorite governor. Tonight, their entire primetime lineup was about me. Jesse Waters kept calling me daddy. Very weird, not interested, but thank you. Sean Hannity, very nice guy, nearly cried because I won't take his advice. Sorry, Sean. Then they dragged out the B team of dum-dums. Meatball Ron, so Ron DeSantis, Tommy Toilet Lauren, Tommy Lauren, the MAGA Fox host that Newsom has been beefing with the most out of all of them. And we'll probably do a separate video about her because it's just so funny how they're trolling her. And Teddy Cancun Cruz, he even flew back special from Mexico, all whining about me, GCN. They had to play the music to shut Ted up about my beautiful hair. I get it, so jealous. Total disaster. MAGA hates me because they hate you. They hate that California is the fourth biggest economy in the world. They hate that crime is down, that we're #1 in farming. I love the farmers. In manufacturing, tourism, and tech, all while we give affordable health care, free school meals, make America pregnant again. Make America pregnant again. Okay. MAPA, I guess, paid baby leave for moms. They should not return anyways. It's $20 minimum wage and so much more for the people. They hate the Democrats are winning. Fox and MAGA have Newsom derangement syndrome. They should cry harder. Sad. I love this. This is a 107 likes. I just gave it another one. 107,000 likes and one. Oh, it's so funny. MAGA is just pissed off about this. And, of course, the AI art with, like, an AI Newsom holding Melania Trump. This is funny as hell. So, good clap back. That was legitimately funny by Governor Newsom's press office. This might be my favorite one yet. Okay, serious now. Let's play some of the other clips of Sean Hannity, again, losing his shit on air that his former friend, Gavin Newsom, is being mean to his cult leader.
He just spent, the last several weeks bashing President Trump over the Texas redistricting fight while threatening to gerrymander his own state even more. Not that there's much left to gerrymander. And of course, this very public political battle doesn't help the people of California at all. It doesn't even help the Democratic Party. Helps nobody. It hurts Gavin Newsom. It's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for him. He just spends...
So he says he's embarrassed, but again, I'm not sure why. If you're embarrassed by Newsom's behavior, then surely you should be embarrassed by Trump's behavior, because again, all Newsom is doing is holding up a mirror and using your own regurgitated rhetoric and style against you guys. So if one triggers you, why not the other? And as far as it not working, so far it is. It may not ultimately help Newsom in a Democratic primary, which is 2 years away. And if it does help him in the primary, it may not be enough to get him over the finish line in a general. We don't even know if Newsom's running, although I bet that he is. But the followers for this account have like quadrupled in a fraction of the time. The posts are going viral, even on right-wing Twitter, like it's succeeding in this right-wing coded algorithm, it's certainly spanking the Fox hosts and the MAGA Republicans that Newsom is going up against. He's ratioing them reliably every time, despite picking fights with all of them. So even though he's outnumbered, he seems to outgun them. And his approval rating, or rather the interest among the Democratic base, is also skyrocketing for Newsom, right? I think some of the recent polls had him ahead of Vice President Kamala Harris. So far, it does seem to be working, despite Hannity wanting you to believe that it's not. One more clip.
I have a point. Results matter. A new performative, confrontational style. Maybe it wins you points with the loony radical base in your party, but America is not going to vote for that record.
I mean, they voted for Trump's record, which was objectively terrible. I'm not entirely sure that that's correct. But listen, is it possible, again, that Newsom is too controversial, given that he's a governor of California and the right has spent so much time demonizing the biggest state in this country? It's possible. But I can't imagine being a Trump supporter and having the temerity to try to criticize the record of Democrats when Trump's record is objectively worse than any of them. But as a reminder, and this is from the LA Times, back in 2023, Fox News' Sean Hannity on his unlikely relationship with Gavin Newsom. We just hit it off. This is from November 26, 2023. Sean Hannity and Gavin Newsom are an unlikely cable news bromance. The conservative Fox News host and the Democratic California governor are ideologically polar opposites. But their recent joint appearances, an hour-long sit-down in June, and a lengthy interview after the second Republican presidential candidates debate on September 27th at the Ronald Reagan Library, offered a robust but cordial discussion of issues, a rarity these days in the media landscape where politicians and advocates are more comfortable preaching to their own tribes. Hannity, who typically cites California's problems with crime and housing as a symbol of what's wrong with Democrats, was even singing praises for In-N-Out Burger at his second interview with the governor. Quote, "From the first time we just met, we just hit it off, and there was a certain relationship that developed like, oh, come on, you don't believe that," Hannity said of Newsom in a recent interview at Fox News headquarters in Midtown Manhattan. Quote, "It was always friendly and never contentious. You can say anything to him. You can have fun with him." And now the relationship seems to be on the rocks. So it might be a personal element as well for Hannity's displeasure that Newsom is so relentlessly mocking Donald Trump and other Fox News hosts. Again, we'll probably have a separate video about how Newsom humiliated Tomi Lahren. I will also point out that Huffington Post, or HuffPost, points out that last clip of Hannity talking about the loony base of the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party has a loony base, huh? Interesting. They point out the irony there. Hannity's attempted slam of California Governor Gavin Newsom was irony defined for many of the Fox News host's critics. Again, they quote the segment, so we'll look at some of the reaction. Critics pounced on the remark, arguing it sounded more like a description of Trump and Hannity himself than of the governor. The irony of not knowing what a mirror is, says one. That's rich coming from Hannity, a guy whose entire career is built on performative confrontation. It's like McDonald's telling you not to eat fast food. He's out there critiquing loony radical bases while serving as the maitre d', let's read this one, at the all-you-can-eat grievance buffet every night at 9 p.m. Pretty good one. Again, irony, I-R-O-N-Y. Is their audience that unaware? Irony is dead, says another. Hannity should know better since he's part of the loony radical base of the party which elected such an antagonistic, confrontational person president. He lacks self-awareness, and I think that that's a fair assessment under the most charitable terms. But yeah, there you have it. I want to focus on Hannity in particular. You know, Jesse Waters and Tomi Lahren all had their own meltdowns last night. It was like a nexus of right-wing meltdown about Gavin Newsom, for which he deliciously trolled them afterwards. But again, I wanted to dedicate special attention to Hannity because he's the closest to Trump out of all the Fox News hosts, and he was the closest to Newsom as well. So it makes for an interesting response by Sean Hannity, who's clearly quite triggered. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.